Hi, I'm Bruno Bianchi, and this is SpainNonLucrativeVisa.com, your complete NLV resource. Let's get into it. Renewing your NLV is easier than the initial application. You've already been approved once, but only if you start 90 days before your TA expires. Today, I'll cover the renewal timeline, what's needed, the recent Supreme Court ruling that just changed the minimum stay rules, and how to convert the permanent residency at year 5. You'll know when to start, what documents you need for renewal, how the recent Supreme Court ruling affects you, and how the 5-year path to permanent residency works. The renewal window is 60 days before to 90 days after your TA card expiration. But you should start the process at least 90 days before your TA card expiration. The renewal is processed by the Oficina de Extranjería in your province, not a consulate. Documents gathering takes time. Starting 90 days out means you submit comfortably within the window with margin for any administrative delays. The renewal is lighter than the initial application, but it's not trivial. You need updated proof of finances, typically the last 12 months of bank statements showing sustained sufficient income or balance, updated insurance certificate or compliant medical coverage, same for non-negotiables, fresh certificate covering the renewal period, proof of empadronamiento, your local town hall registration. Some offices require effectively double the money amount of the initial application to cover the 2-year renewal period, especially if you're applying with savings rather than passive income. Until very recently, offices were also asking for evidence you'd spent at least 183 days in Spain per immigration year. But on May 5, 2026, the Spanish Supreme Court issued Sentencia 564/2026 and changed everything. I sat down with immigration lawyer Ainhoa Manero from Stern Abogados to walk through what it means in practice. Here's the core. The 183-day rule existed in a reglamento, a bylaw, a regulation, not in the main organic immigration law itself. The Supreme Court in Spain said an obligation like minimum stay has to be in the main law, not in a bylaw. As long as it stays in the bylaw and not the law, it's not legally enforceable for renewal. In practical terms, as per this expert immigration lawyer, NLV holders can now renew even if they spent more than 183 days outside of Spain. DNV holders likewise, the 6-month in Spain rule for DNV renewal is also gone. What you still must maintain: your private health insurance, your financial means proof, and your empadronamiento. The Extranjería office can no longer check or deny you on time in Spain grounds. And if an office denies you anyway, which Ainhoa Manero says will happen as offices catch up to the ruling, the appeal is essentially guaranteed. But let's talk about the 5-year permanent residency path and what the ruling means for it. NLV renews after the first year, then every 2 years, so your renewal cadence is year 1 initial visa, year 2 first renewal, year 4 second renewal, year 5 or 6 permanent residency. After 5 years of legal residency in Spain, you can apply for EU long-term resident status, also known as permanent residency. Until the May 2026 Supreme Court ruling, qualifying for that required not being outside of Spain more than 10 months cumulative in the previous 5 years, with no single absence over 6 consecutive months. Per Ainhoa Manero, that 10-month rule is also potentially affected by the ruling. Things are changing as we speak. Same legal logic. It's in the bylaw, not the law. The only requirement still standing for the long-term residency is the law's general phrase. You must have lived continuously in Spain. What continuously means is open as of today and may be defined by future court rulings. Some important caveat that almost everyone gets wrong. The Supreme Court ruling does not affect citizenship requirements. The 3-month per year cap for the year before applying for Spanish citizenship comes from judge rulings, jurisprudence, not from a bylaw. So even though renewal and long-term residency stay caps are weakened, the citizenship stay cap is unchanged. If your long-term plan is the passport, you still need to be in Spain at least 9 months a year. After 10 years total of legal residency, you can apply for Spanish citizenship. If you are an Ibero-American passport holder, Portuguese, Andorran, Filipino, Equatorial Guinean, or qualify under the Sephardic Civil Code path, that drops to just 2 years, the famous fast track. But you still need to maintain the 9 months per year presence during those 2 years. Note that the Law 12/2015 streamlined Sephardic pathway closed in October 2019. Only a Civil Code Article 22 route remains. That's it for today. For everything else on the NLV, head to SpainNonLucrativeVisa.com. Link in the description. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.